Welcome to the HMO Property Show. By investors, for investors. Catch us weekly as we discuss all things cash flow positive property investing. Whether you're a seasoned investor, a new landlord, or just curious about property investing, this is the podcast for you. Sponsored by the Coliving Collective, your trusted partner in creating vibrant and sustainable shared living experiences. Visit us at colivingcollective.com.au to learn more.
Welcome back to the HMO Property Show, and we are at episode 100. What a milestone event or episode this is. And the reason that I've made it this far is because I am very fortunate and very grateful that I've got a really good team behind me. So what I wanted to do in this episode was shine the light on the team so you get to know who's who in the zoo, who works here, what they do, and how they feel about working here. And we put a lot of time and energy and effort into making this not only a good place to work and building the culture, but making sure that everybody knows where we're going, why we're going there, and exactly what they need to do in their role to make sure we get the best outcome for our clients and our housemates. So I hope you enjoy the podcast. I really enjoyed recording it. There was a couple of moments when I got lumps in my throat because of some of the things that people were saying. But hope you enjoy it because I enjoyed recording it. Hello there.
Hi.
What's your name and what do you do? You look familiar.
I am your wife. So I'm Jo Gibb.
And your role at the business nowadays?
So apart from being co-founder, I am head of culture and head of branding. So it's all about how we feel and how we look.
Okay. Talk us through the culture aspect. What's that about?
So just making sure that we've got a team that is set up for success. They've got a happy, fulfilling environment to work in, where they feel supported to not only reach their professional goals, but their personal ones as well.
Okay. Didn't you used to be a property manager?
Oh, yes, I did. I used to be back on the tools.
So when there was the transition from property manager to head of culture?
Babies, yes.
It looks like there's another one.
There's another one en route, yes. So from being licensee of the property management business, starting as a property manager and obviously having the license of the business, we then, planning a family, got on board a very successful and very supportive general manager and now licensee, Jasmine Adams. Mm-hmm. So I can completely step back and do all the nice fun stuff like culture and making the place look pretty and making sure we're on brand. Yeah.
And how long have you worked here?
Since the beginning.
2017, right? That's when we started J&G Property Group, which is now Living Rooms.
Yes.
In them years, I'm not even going to try and calculate it. I think it's 7 years, 8 years, 7. What's been the most rewarding part about working here? What makes it different to some of the other jobs you've been in? Because you came from a marketing background.
Yeah. I think for me, the biggest thing is the amount of people we've been able to house over that time. So when we started off in 2017 with a handful of houses, just wondering whether this is a concept that was going to hit off, to now looking back and we've had way in the thousands of people that we've been able to give good accommodation to. It really warms my heart. We were on Flatmates the other day and just seeing the spec of our properties compared to what is on offer. I mean, there's some lovely places on offer as well, but what we can actually give people for a really fair amount of money to give them good quality of accommodation, it really warms my heart. Like, I love what we can produce for the residents of WA. Yeah.
And if you could describe the business and the team and everything in one word, what would it be and why?
Progressive.
Progressive, why is
yeah.
that?
I think that we're always growing, moving forward. We're trying to pave the way in everything that we do. We actually get bored if things are looking like it's becoming a little bit easier or cookie cutter or whatever. And I think that as a team and a business, the people themselves, the team that we've got, they're always looking for new ways of doing stuff. So it's not what happened, what position someone might have been in 12 months ago to what they're in now or what they're doing will have dramatically changed because they kind of paved the way for themselves and for the mission of the business. So progressive.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Hello there, mate. You look familiar. I think you've been on the podcast before. What's your name?
I have Troy Felt, co-founder of Coliving Collective, obviously business partners, Neil. Appreciate you coming back.
No problem, mate. Thanks for coming back on. What's it like working at the Coliving Collective? What's the product like? What's the journey like?
Oh, it's exciting. Delivering outcomes that creates that win-win-win is exciting, and then seeing the demand that we have in affordable quality accommodation has never been stronger, and I think it's only going to get stronger as this market matures. And I like the constant learning from this space, because we can't look at someone else who's doing it to a degree in Australia and go, okay, that model works. We've got to cut through that and see what works for this market, and especially for Australian market. Yeah. And
what's your role at the business then, Troy?
My role, probably best way to describe my role, is a deliverable arm of the business. So we, acquisitions, feasibilities, design, documentation, all the way to appointing the builder and then bringing it to construction, and then obviously handing over to the property manager to lease the assets out. Yep. So I have a team behind me that delivers that, and I oversee it. And it's fun. It's fun and it's challenging, but it's exciting. So. Yeah.
And you've been in the game a while, mate, almost 30 years.
Yeah, I have, in the construction and development business.
Built thousands
certainly.
of houses over the time.
I have a lot of apartment projects, a lot of land subdivisions. So definitely got the experience there for sure. Yeah. But this is new, So you can definitely use some of those skill sets and what I've learnt in those elements to bring into the co-living space, and it certainly has been some valuable lessons coming in here for I think it's 3 years now.
Every day is a skill day, isn't it?
That's it. Yeah.
And what's it like delivering this product compared to some of the product you've delivered previously?
It's different because we're pioneers in this space, right? So there's no one really doing this as well as we are, or effectively as well as we are, in terms of bringing co-living affordable accommodation to the market. Mm-hmm. So there's some challenges to be able to educate people and understand what we're delivering, and that's from shires to building certifiers to financial institutions. So it's different, but we're getting through it, and we've kicked some good goals from when we first looked at it to where we are now. We've kind of gotten through that process of, okay, what is a HMO? What do we do, and how do we deliver it? How do we manage it, and so forth? So yeah.
And what's it like working within this business compared to some of the other businesses you've worked in and also owned yourself?
Yeah, I think the biggest difference is creating that win-win-win. We're creating affordable accommodation that's in absolute dire demand. We're creating good investment returns for investors while we're growing our business in the property management space, and really capturing a lot of data around that space. Yep. Yeah.
And we set a goal to deliver 10,000 rooms to the market by 21.
Yeah.
How does it make you feel, and do you think it's achievable?
I think it is achievable. Yeah. I think we've got a few hurdles to overcome to get there. But a goal needs to be ambitious and it needs to be achievable, but bloody hard to get there at the same time. I think we've nailed that. Yeah. So now it's just a matter of focusing on that goal and enjoying the journey as we get there.
Yeah. And knowing what you know now, being part of the business or part of the product and the outcome for the last 3 years, do you think 10,000 rooms would saturate the market?
Absolutely not. I did at the start when we discussed it. It wasn't really discussed with the team, but it was discussed between you and I. And I went, geez, is that going to saturate the market? I don't think so. I think this is a product that's here to stay. And I always remember when I met you and I was looking at some of the stuff back in 2017 when we had a vacancy rate of 7.3% and the demand was strong then. Yeah, so I think people, once this product matures and housemates understand what we're offering, I think it's going to, as long as you're providing affordable, quality, strong and good locations, I don't think so. Yeah.
And if you could sum up the experience, the journey, the business and the team in one word, what would it be?
Ambitious.
What is that?
I think whenever you're pioneering through a market that is new, especially WA, we're cutting through that. Really, people don't know what we're delivering, how we're delivering, and how we're managing it, and how we're producing this product. So it's about educating and actually informing all bodies, from planning to financial institutions. So and then to reach that goal of 10,000 rooms. I think it's ambitious, and I think we've got a team around us that can deliver that. Yeah.
We did speak to a very successful businessman a couple of days back, and his phrase was, "You're ahead of the curve."
Yes.
Do you think we're ahead of the curve?
100%, and that's why he's talking to us. To be frank, he goes okay, and I saw that when we met many years back. I was passionate about co-living back in 2010 when I was looking at it, and back then it wasn't where it is now, So what's it going to look like in 10 years' time? Who knows? Watch this space.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Troy, thank you very much, mate.
No worries.
Cheers. Hello there, mate. What's your name and what is your role at the Coliving Collective?
My name's Brent Compton, and I'm the Director of Business Development. My job is to get as many people with special needs and special disabilities into our SDA and SIL properties.
Yep.
It's a really fun job, and it's a good challenge, and it's very much needed in society. So it's good to be doing it.
Definitely a challenge, mate, isn't it? How long have you been at the business?
Been in about 5 months, isn't it?
Yeah.
So 5 months. It's been a fun time.
How are you finding it?
Love it. It's good. I do like the ability that we're creating something here. I think one of the most rewarding things for me is the fact that we're doing something very different compared to what other places are doing, and we're doing it very well as well. Don't mind me saying. I think you want me to say something. What's the most rewarding thing I do here? I had a thought about that, and I think the most rewarding day for me was the day I took my first participants and family through that SDA property with the support coordinators and stuff, and I saw the look on the family's face. There was his mum and daughter and so forth of this gentleman that was in hospital, and he wasn't in a good way in hospital. His condition was declining, and it was so well. Just when the inspection was finished and everything, we sort of come to an agreement, that we found the right house for them, and you could see that the weight was lifted off their shoulders, that they're going to be able to get their loved one, husband, father, out of hospital into a beautiful SDA home that we've built. It's perfect for his needs. The smile on their face, there was tears. That was by far the best day I've had so far.
It sounds like you got a bit of emotion in your voice.
Yeah, well, it's good. I like it. I enjoy seeing those sorts of things happen. Sort of from my real estate background, I've always tried to be ethical and try to do things for the right reasons, and that was certainly a big tick. Sort of for working here, so I was very happy that day.
Tell us about your real estate background. You've been in the game a while, haven't you?
Yeah,
what were you doing before this?
I was in real estate for 20 years.
Wow, excellent.
20 years was a good run, and I decided to finish up at the start of 2022 to attack new challenges. And but the interesting thing about real estate, which probably comes back to that story, when I was first year in real estate, I went to a training session. And there was 2 real estate agents that gave a talk, one after the other, and both very high-profile real estate agents. And one real estate agent said the thing that motivated him about real estate was money, and make lots of money and all that sort of thing. And sure, that was great. And then the next guy got up and said the best thing that happened that motivated him about real estate was once upon a time he was selling a house in Brisbane on the river, and it was about $1.5 million house. And one buyer's offered $1.5 million, and another family offered $1.45 million, and the house was wheelchair friendly. And the family that offered $1.45 had a young son that was in a wheelchair, and the owners chose to give it to the family with $1.45, so $50,000 loss or less. Yeah. And that was what motivated him in real estate. So there's a very wholesome sort of feel about that, and that sort of stuck with me. Yep. And so here we go, a couple of decades later on, we're helping the people with people with families with wheelchairs in their midst to to get into property. So it's quite interesting, full circle. Yeah. And outside of that, I've been trying to do helping some not-for-profit organisations and spend some less time on social media with Social Media Break. But my passion's working for the Coliving Collective and Reside. And I know that your other thing you want me to describe is what is the, in a word.
Yeah, one word that kind of sums up.
That's right. I had to think about
the
that.
experience or the business or the team.
Easy, unique. As far as I'm aware, there isn't any other company like the Co-Living Collective in WA trying to build 10,000 rooms before 2032. That's a really good goal, and that's partly able-bodied co-living houses, special disability houses. So it's a big ambition, but it's a really good ambition. So I think the way we're doing it and the reasons why we're doing it and how we're doing it, best word to describe is unique. So that's the word.
Do you think the target's achievable? Being in the business for the time that you have now?
Oh, absolutely. I do. I think we're going to have to go about it a few different ways, but the target's very achievable. There's certainly, I think the best way to put it is you have to have big goals. Even if we get to 9,999, it'll be okay. But the goal's there, because if we do, I think you could actually do more. It depends on how it all works. Yeah. It depends on how it all works. There's plenty of ways to skin a cat.
Yeah.
I think most people would say it's an enormous target.
Yeah.
But with the right people, the right strategies, I think what the product is and what the business represents and how it's going about things, there's a massive need for it. So with a bit more support perhaps from government or other agencies and those sorts of things, I think we'd be able to go past it.
Yeah, I do too. And if we do hit that goal, some of the people that I speak to have concerns around saturation in the market. Knowing what you know now, would you think 10,000 rooms would saturate the Perth marketplace?
No. It's we're going to hit 3 million people or 5 million people or whatever it is in the next 10 or 20 years. 10,000 rooms is a drop in the ocean for what the actual market needs. I've been saying for a very long time in front of camera on videos in the past in real estate that we were going to have an undersupply, and here we are with an undersupply of properties. That's not going to change. Perth's a very great place to live. Livability is just through the roof. Great for families. It's got the beaches, the wineries, the beautiful fresh air, no traffic. It's
getting busier.
Yeah, but compared to the East Coast or those sorts of places where I've lived as well, it's heaven. So I think it's a very attractive city to live, and I think it's only ever going to rise in population. As it rises in population, Perth's a very spread out area, spread out on a bigger urban sprawl, bigger than Los Angeles.
Yes.
And you look at how many people are living in Los Angeles. So there's plenty of scope for infill. And we might have to go up a little bit, not just spread out. Up might have to build a few towers and things like that, but certainly doable. And with the right sort of, I think you've got the right team. Troy Felt and other people in the operation really think highly of them, and I think the strategy's right. It's not going to be easy, but it should be fun.
And one last question before I let you go. Obviously, you said that you've been in real estate for almost 20 years. Where do you see the market at the minute, and what do you think is going to happen over the next 5 years?
Oh, good question. So the only thing I can tell you about the real estate market is that anyone tells you they know what's going to happen with the market is full of it.
What's your perception of it? Or what's your...
things work in cycles. We're in a big boom at the moment. I would say that the trajectory we're on is not sustainable long term, which I think most people would agree with.
All markets correct, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But doing things the way we're doing things, it allows us to sort of be flexible when things change, and be quick to adapt. So there's opportunities in down markets, there's opportunities in boyish markets. So I think the Perth market in general, for the same reasons I mentioned, why the population should continue to grow. That's really the key factor is the demand. When demand goes up, there's a need for supply, prices stay high, all those sorts of things. So I think market's good. Even when the market's bad, people still need to live somewhere. I've always said property is better than shares. You can't sleep under a pile of fully franked shares. You can sleep under a roof, though. So real estate's a safe bet.
Beautiful. Brent, thank you very much.
Pleasure, mate.
Cheers.
No worries.
Hello there, mate. What's your name?
Michael.
Hello, Michael. And what do you do at the business?
I work in the land acquisitions team and project management team. We identify sites for the NDIS space and HMO space for co-living. Suitable sites, I guess, that suit NDIS participants in local areas, I guess, that are in demand. Same with the HMO space, I guess, where there is a demand for housing in there, which is a housing shortage at the moment. So look for the correct areas that best suit housing that is required, as well as the requirements.
How long have you been in the construction and development game?
Well, construction game, I'd say 15 years. And development game, very similar, very similar.
Yeah, so.
Bringing a range of developments from apartments to houses and land acquisitions. So I've been in this space for a long, long time.
Awesome.
A long, long time.
How long have you been in this team for?
Well, 6 to 7, 8, 9 months now, which has been good. Very good experience. Definitely different to a lot of other workplaces I have been in. Even my own, being a business owner previously, took a lot in the way it operates here. Probably stuff I should have done. I've learned a lot from that back then with staff and whatnot.
What's different? What do you see differently done here than other places?
I think it's good, the team morale here too. Everyone sort of gets together. Everyone shares the same passion, the same drive. Everyone wants the same outcome, and they want a good outcome for people with disabilities, and obviously to put housing over people's heads. And I think the team works well together. Everyone functions together. But you guys, obviously, as management, put a good business morale, and you invest the time into staff and management as well, which definitely makes a difference. And you can see it within the team. Everyone gets along. Everyone's having a giggle. Everyone's having a laugh, which makes the workplace a lot more friendly as an environment. You work more collaborative like that, rather than coming to work. It's just a job, get out of it at 5 o'clock. Everyone comes to look forward to coming to work. So,
beautiful.
Yeah.
What do you think of the goal we've set to deliver 10,000 rooms to the market by 2031?
Yeah, it can be done. I think with the team we got, obviously it's still building, but yeah, definitely achievable. Everyone communicates well. Everyone works together well. The land shortage is probably a big thing.
That was going to be my next question.
Yeah, the land shortage is probably the big thing, but yeah, we're working through that. We're getting there. But yeah, definitely achievable. We've got the right people around us, and we're all working collaborative together, and we all got the same objective at the end, to deliver housing for people who need it. So yeah, definitely achievable.
And if you could choose one word to describe the team and the business, what would it be?
Collaborative.
Why is that?
Everyone functions well together. Everyone inspires and shares the same motive, and everyone wants the same goal at the end. Everyone wants to deliver housing at a good price point. I think at the end of it, for me, it's giving back as well. These people with disabilities need housing. These people who don't have housing need a roof over their head as well. And you're sort of giving back as a model, and you're doing something good for the community, I guess.
Bit of social impact.
Yeah, correct.
Beautiful. Michael, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Hello there.
Hello.
And what's your name?
My name is Emma.
What do you do at the business, Emma?
I am the project consultant and liaison for HMO.
Awesome. And how long have you been here?
2 years nearly.
Wow.
Yeah, it's 2 years in November.
Time flies when you're having fun, right?
Yeah.
Has it been fun?
Yeah, it
Cool.
has. It's never a dull moment.
What's been in the 2 years, or coming up 2 years, what's been the most kind of rewarding experience that you've had at the business, and what's it like compared to some of the other places you work? Because you've been in the construction game a long time, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is different because there's always, I don't know, no day, when you work in construction, no day's the same anyway. But here it's different. It's just, you can be in the game, but without being in the game, which is great. So, but most rewarding, I suppose, is actually seeing new ideas, actually. The new ideas, the new opportunities, the new way of doing things, the new ways of investing. That's actually very different from what I'm used to. And it's all no days the same.
And you're in charge of a lot going on at the minute, right?
Yeah.
There's hundreds of clients that you're looking after currently. Yeah. How are you juggling it all at the minute?
No, you got me. I do juggle. I multitask heaps, and it just building project management boards and trying to keep on top of them, and always communicating with who you're working with. So always communicating with your brokers, your other entities, your builders, clients. Always communicating is the way to just keep on top of things. And obviously it's a bit difficult sometimes because everything seems to happen at once and everything's urgent, but yeah.
Because you're literally in the middle of everybody, right? You're
Yeah.
like you say, you work with the broker, you work with the client, you work with the builders, you work with sometimes council, you work
Yeah,
with our
the
acquisitions
shires,
team, you work
yeah.
with the sales team, the marketing team.
Yeah, town planners, and also property management too. So
Yeah.
we deal with property management too, because I see it all the way through to furnishing it and handing over and
Yep,
and
furniture
everything,
pack.
furniture packs, and yeah, I even get my hands dirty and get in the back of a van and lug furniture and get my toolkit out. So it's kind of all hands on.
What's it like when we build these properties and then you put the furniture packs in, you stand back while they're all getting the photographs took
That's
and have
great.
a look
That's
at
the
it?
best bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's great when the pictures are taken and the professional photographer goes through, and then they come out and we can send it to the clients, and you know, the house looks amazing, and it just we know we're delivering like a really good product, and looks
Awesome.
cool.
Awesome. And if you could describe the team and the business in one word, what would it be?
The business and the team.
Yeah, there can be two different words if you want as well.
Yeah.
Starting the business, if you could describe the business in one word, what would it be?
Pioneering, I suppose. I like that word for this
Pioneering.
business. Yeah,
Beautiful.
because it's different. It's different to what everybody else is doing. Well, it isn't if you're in the UK, but it is here. It's kind of still new to a lot of people we talk to. So I think a lot of our ideas are quite pioneering in that way, and we try and make it the best that there is out there.
What about the team? If you could describe the team in one word, what would it be?
The team, jugglers.
Jugglers.
Yeah, the team are jugglers, and they're diplomats, and yes, it's not one word because there's so much involved in everybody's role. They're juggling, they're being diplomatic, they are,
Dynamic.
progressive,
Yeah.
all of that kind of stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's hard to describe it in one word.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. All right.
Hi.
Hi,
What's your name?
Suzanne. Actually, Suze here.
Suze. What do you do, Suze?
I'm your EA, but I also head up marketing and basically anything. Keep all the plates spinning in the
You
air.
are the glue that holds the business together, aren't you?
Yes.
You are in the middle of everything.
That was probably my hardest question. You said, "What do I do?" I was like, everything.
And how long have you been here?
Yeah. So it started last August.
Awesome. How are you finding it?
So love it.
What's it like working with me?
Love it. You're actually the easiest boss I've ever worked for, and you have to work so closely with you.
You don't
so.
have to say that just because we're on
No,
camera,
honestly,
yeah.
I said that to Joe the other day. It makes it really easy when you have a good boss. It's good.
Cool.
Yeah.
And whilst you've been here, before you came into the business and knowing what you know now, has your perception changed on the accommodation that we provide to the market?
Obviously I had looked into what we did before I decided to join here. But what we bring to the market is just next level compared to what I thought we were bringing, or even what I thought was even out there or even possible to bring to the market.
Yeah.
So what we provide is awesome.
And what about the tenants that were housing in these properties? Has that changed?
Yes.
Did you think it was something different and we're getting something different?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when anyone thinks about like co-living or shared housing, you kind of think it's students, it's, people that can't afford to live in bigger houses,
Yeah.
but it's definitely not the case. Like the people that are coming into these houses are just everyday people that are doing jobs like dentists, doctors, anything. Like you can look at it from two totally different perspectives, where you want to save money and eventually buy your own house, so it's a stepping stone, or you can do it because you want to live with the community and other people and always have someone to come home to. So
Yes,
yeah, I think
love
that's the best part.
Love it. And since you've been here, what's been the most rewarding experience? And what's it been like compared to some of the other places you've worked? Because you've worked for some decent sized companies, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. So probably the most memorable moment, I guess it's not the most memorable, but it was something that it really took me back. I had to write the REWA Awards this year. Again, I did them last year. And it gave me a chance to actually look at what we do as a business and how much we have done in that time. And I was just blown away. Like, I think we just stand out like next to none at what we do and what we were wanting to do and what we set our goals to do. So that's probably my most memorable, is the fact that we won it last year after I wrote it for that one.
Yeah.
And then, hope to win it again this year. So it'll be pretty memorable if we see everyone go up for that.
3 years on the bounce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be
Fingers
pretty
crossed.
cool.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
If you could describe the team in one word, what would it be? And I'm going to ask you twice as well. If you could describe the business in one word, what would it be?
I've heard quite a few other people give their answers, and I think I agree. Progressive is what we are. I think, especially when we wrote the Innovation Award, I realised how progressive we are. I love the fact that anyone can come up with an idea and you're open for anything, basically. We'll give anything a go. So, yeah, progressive. We always think outside the box here. So I think that's really cool. The whole team is like that as well, which is awesome.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you so much.
That's okay.
Hello there.
Hi,
What's your name?
Jasmine.
And what do you do, Jasmine?
I am General Manager and Licensee of Living Rooms and Reside.
Wow, cool title.
Yeah, it's a big one.
It is. How long have you been at the company for?
Heading on for 18 months now.
And how long have you been working in real estate for?
Oh, way too long. I started in 97.
97?
Yeah.
I'm not even going to try that. So that's nearly
Like,
30 years.
Yeah, I
Wow.
know. Makes me feel old.
As a property manager as well?
Yep. So I started training in 97 as a property manager, and at the same time I had 3 kids, and I did my degree in housing and social studies at Durham University.
Perfect.
I
So
know.
similar accent to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like coming home, walking in
Northeast of
here.
England. It is, isn't it?
Yeah,
Full of
yeah.
people from England.
Yeah, it really
Suze
was.
is our only token Aussie.
I know.
What's it been like working here over the time that you've been here?
To be fair, as soon as I walked in the door and met a couple of team members, had my first interview, I was like, yeah, this is where I need to be. Working here is just great every day. I'd say after all this time in real estate, I found my nirvana. To come into here and just be surrounded by people that are just passionate and driven, and the empathy that they have as well. And every day we just smash goals. It's just feels good. It's hard work, like it's bloody hard work, but everyone's in it. There isn't anyone that we're carrying or doesn't feel the same, and that's definitely come from you and Joe, 100%. But it feeds right through, and I'll keep showing up and doing the best that I can do. I feel almost challenged every day that I just have to do a bit better than yesterday and a bit better than last week.
Love it.
But no, love being here.
What's the style of management like compared to what you've managed in the past?
Zero micromanagement. We're all trusted. We all have a part to play. So we're all good at different things, but we just fit together like a jigsaw. And we're trusted to do our part. And I think that alone is what makes us want to go above and beyond.
Awesome. In terms of the property management side of things, what's it like when you came into the business and we said we do room by room rentals? What was your first thought, and what's changed over time since you first thought of it?
Yeah, I think there was, from Joe's perspective, she was a bit like, oh, you've been in PM for a long time now, and we might not be able to get you around to this way of thinking. And I said to her, Joe, I've been in so many different companies, everybody thinks differently. So documents and whatnot, she was worried I wouldn't get my head around the documents. I was like, nah, I've got this. I wasn't prepared for how hard it was. And also to be able to bring my expertise in to make those, little changes to make the PM department more efficient and get them through more work easier was really, really good. I'm still learning. I generally give myself 3 to 6 months in a new role, and then I know I've got everything. Nah, I'm still learning, and the team teach me. There's always a gap, and I go, Jesus, how have I got this far without knowing that? But no, it's really, really good.
Every day is a school day.
I say that.
Yeah. How is this different to other places that you've worked then?
In terms of people? Or
Everything, the business, the people, the things that we're doing.
Yeah, as I say, in terms of people, I think we've got a great balance of the passion and the drive and everything. I really haven't. I haven't been in a business where everybody comes in and wants to grow for themselves and for the business. And our 90-day sprints that we do, I'm blown away. I'm like, why doesn't everyone do this? Everyone sets these goals and then they get forgotten about. But we set goals every 90 days and
review them every Monday morning.
Every Monday morning, and you come in, you've got the weekend to go, right, okay, what did I do? But no, it's innovative. Yeah.
And we've set a goal to deliver 10,000 rooms to the market by 2031. How do you feel about that goal? Does it scare you? Do you think it's achievable?
It doesn't scare me. It's one of the things that drives me, that makes me want to go and do better. And you're not just, property management can be very Groundhog Day. The same problems. You're managing properties, you're managing housemates, not tenants, and owners, and trying to get the best out of investments, and you just kind of get stuck on that little hamster wheel. But to have that big goal, and there's a reason behind it. It's not to make money, it's to help people. And It's huge. No, it doesn't scare me. I love it.
Good, because you're here for the long haul, right?
I know. No.
And if we could use one word to sum up the experience, the business, the team, what would it be?
Back to innovative.
Innovative.
Yeah, innovative, because everybody comes in, not just every 90 days, but every day, and they're always looking for a different way to do things. And if we have a sticky bit, we all just pile in, say, right, this isn't working right now, and people bring ideas to the table, and we're all great at what we do. I'm really proud of everyone and proud to be part of this team.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello there, mate.
Hey, how are we going?
Good, thank you. What's your name and what do you do at the business?
My name's Freddy. So I'm a property manager. I've been with the company for 2 years and currently working as the leasing and investment manager.
Well, excellent. And what does that entail?
Yeah, look, it's I get to do quite a lot of different things. I work with the cleaning team directly. I also work with the fire safety team to make sure all the properties are in like really good condition, and also make sure housemates are talking to each other and communicating. It's one of the main things.
Cool. And the investment part as well, what do you do there?
Yeah, look, I guess I work directly with housemates and investors to ensure sort of parity between individual room prices as well as growth for the owner. Mm-hmm. So try and act as a bit of an intermediary there to make sure it's win-win. Yeah.
Awesome. And what were you doing before you joined the living rooms team?
I ran my own coffee business.
Yep.
So, yeah, had 10 years. We started off just with a little coffee cart and built it up into a cafe, and yeah, it's still going.
Being in the business world yourself, then understand what we go through as business owners and as a company itself.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you learn so much, knowing that you need to bring your best version of yourself like every day.
Yeah.
And sort of like there's always going to be lots of challenges, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can be like learning and achieving as you go along.
Yeah. And how was the transition from business owner to coming and working in a team with other people again, and specifically moving into the property management space?
I was very surprised, I guess, at how much I took to it initially. I think probably living in share houses just meant that I was able to see it from a pretty positive third party perspective as I arrived, and I could be like, all right, this is what needs to happen and everyone's going to be a lot happier. So I was able to kind of put that into effect quite like easily. And yeah, like made a lot of, friends along the way. So yeah, know a lot of the housemates, know a lot of the owners, and yeah, it's great to see it growing. Yeah.
How is the accommodation that we provide compared to the share housing that you used to live in previously?
Oh, I was in West Perth, so it was pretty nice, but the stairs wouldn't have passed the health safety. That was steep. They were like really steep. Yeah, you wouldn't get them built now.
And since you've been here, Freddie, what's been the most rewarding experience with the team, and what makes it different to working here from other places? Well, I couldn't get my words out there. Yeah,
I was pretty worried about giving up the dream of running my own cafe and starting a job that was going to be effectively 9 to 5, and I couldn't have been more surprised. I think basically have just been able to have a lot of personal growth, given a lot of like resources to better myself, grown a lot in confidence. I'm able to sort of manage aspects of the logistics for the company, as well as look at how to turn the properties into a more homely feel, not just a cash flow positive kind of investment. Yeah.
Putting a bit of pride into the housing that we deliver.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's a lot of energy, but I think once you acknowledge that, you get a lot of reward. Like if it was easy, like everyone would be doing it, so.
That's it, mate. That's very true. Yeah. If you could describe working here in one word, what would it be?
Community.
Community. Why is that?
I think whether it's with housemates or investors or suppliers or like colleagues, seeing this community grow is just really important. Awesome. And really grateful to be here.
Well, we're grateful too, mate. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Cheers.
Awesome. Hello there.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
That's
What's
good.
your name and what do you do at the Coliving Collective?
So I'm Claire. I'm part of the living rooms team. I'm a property manager and I've been with the company for nearly 2 years next month.
Wow, 2 years. Also known as DJ Claire.
Yes.
Yes. Me and Claire have a bit of a passion for DJing. I used to be a DJ back in the days and now Claire's got a set of decks. So
Yeah, we still need that mix.
we do, don't we? We do.
Yeah.
Since you've been working here, Claire, what's been the most rewarding experience and why?
Yeah, pretty much working with the team. We've all got the same values, obviously helping people, and it's good to come into the office and we've all got different stories from the week and sharing all the amazing people that we've put in the properties and yeah, it's really rewarding.
What's it been like filling these rooms? You're down in the southern regions, right?
Yeah.
Are the people that were housing in these houses, is it what you thought there would be when you first started working here, or is it a different sort of calibre of person that we're putting in there?
It is different. When I first started, it was more students, people that was on a low income. Now we're getting a lot more people that are obviously building houses, nurses, doctors, a wide range.
Wow,
Yeah.
incredible. And what's it feel like housing them type of people in houses that you're managing?
Yeah, brilliant, because obviously, you know, there's all different ages,
Yeah.
and yeah, they've all got different stories and backgrounds, so they can all share amongst themselves and
Yeah.
give each other advice, I guess.
And housing doctors and nurses, right?
Yeah.
Pillars of the community, people that
Yeah.
we need in everyday roles to help us survive. What's it feel like helping them people get housing?
Yeah, brilliant. Sometimes they struggle because obviously the different areas that they've got to go to, but they're just happy to have a secure place to live and it's clean and affordable.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And if you could describe the business and the team in one word, what would it be?
Family.
Family.
Yeah.
Ooh, why?
I just find, like, 'cause obviously I'm an only child, so when I come here, it's like a big group of ours. We all get on very well, and yeah, just part of a team and family. I love it.
Who's the mum and the dad?
You're the dad, and Jo's the mum, and then
you,
Jasmine's the second mum.
Thank you.
All good.
Hello. How are
Hello,
you?
good.
What's your name?
I'm Pattina.
Awesome, Pattina. What do you do at the business?
I'm a trainee property manager in the living rooms team.
Awesome. And how long have you been here?
9 months now.
Wow. This
I
feels a
know.
lot longer
Had
than
to
9
think
months,
about that. Yeah.
What were you doing before you came to the living rooms team?
I was studying full time marketing and just working like casual retail jobs.
Okay. So why the change from marketing to property management?
I just wanted to get stuck in a full time role and I saw the opportunity to come in and get it stuck into real estate. So
Enjoying it so far?
Yeah, I am. I'm enjoying it more than I thought I would. Usually I'm very like indecisive about the role I'm in and I just want to keep changing, but nah.
Good. We're stuck with you.
Yeah.
And in the 9 months that you've been here, what's been the most rewarding experience or the most rewarding part of the job and why?
Probably the positive feedback that I've gotten from housemates and owners. Yeah.
Awesome.
I feel like it's a reminder of why I come into work every day.
Tell us some of the feedback you got from the owners.
I've had feedback saying like, oh, you're so young, like you sound so young, good job, or like just basically thanking me for what I've done in that.
For your efforts.
Yeah.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
19.
19. Well done. Awesome. What's it like dealing with property owners that are investors?
It was really scary at first, and it still is, especially being so young. It's a bit daunting sometimes, but it's honestly like there's nothing to be scared about. Everyone's been so nice so far, and every time if I do make a mistake, it's kind of like a learning curve.
Yep,
I don't take it.
that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
The road to success is paved with failures and mistakes, right? So, tell us about the feedback from the housemates. What's that been like?
It's been really rewarding. I've had people come back and say like, after accepting them, it's been like the best news ever received like in a while. And just them thanking me like after a message or an email, just saying, yeah.
How does that
Appreciate
make you feel? When they say
really,
that's the best news I've heard in a while, how does that make you feel?
like I'm making a difference. Like,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. And if you could describe the team or the business in one word, what would it be?
Probably passionate. I feel like everyone here has a specific role that they come into and do every day to actually make a difference in people's lives, and they're actually passionate about it. It's not just like a day job that they come into and then go home and forget about. They're actually really passionate about, the position.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
That's all right.
Hi there.
Hi.
Who are you?
Chantelle.
Chantelle.
Yeah.
And what do you do at the Coliving Collective?
I am a part of the living rooms team.
Yep.
I've been a part of the team for 4 months, and I'm a property manager.
Awesome. How are you finding it 4 months in?
Yeah, really good so far.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been here for a lot longer than what. Yeah, I'm really surprised it's only been 4 months, but yeah, I'm absolutely loving it.
When you said 4 months there, I was thinking, is that all it's been?
I know.
It does feel like you've been here for a long time, right?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's been really good.
So in the 4 months that you've been here, what would you say is the most rewarding or most memorable part of working here, and what makes it a little bit different to where you worked previously?
I think what it is a lot of it has got to do with the people, not only within the office space, but the people we get to meet outside of the office, and finding rooms for people. That's been so rewarding in terms of, the different circumstances that people have when they're looking for accommodation. So, yeah, there's so many different aspects to it. And obviously the office space has been just amazing, and everyone that, I work with has just been, so supportive and amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And are the people that were housing in these houses, is the perception different to what you thought they would be? Or are you finding them to be different to what you perceive them to be?
Yeah, so in the beginning, I wasn't actually too sure what to expect.
Yep.
And then now that I've been into all of my properties, and obviously having to do a lot of viewings and whatnot, and meeting so many different people, it varies so much. So, like I said, in the beginning, I wasn't really too sure what to expect. I was like, wow, but it's just such an amazing concept. And when I talk to my family and friends and stuff like about the business and what we do, they are just absolutely blown away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they understand this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Is their perception of the people that we house different to what we actually house as well?
I think so.
Yeah.
Definitely. But obviously once you get into that discussion, people are just really amazed by it.
Yeah. Awesome. And if you could describe the business in one word, what would it be?
Motivated.
Motivated. Love it. Thank you so much.
No worries.
Woo. Hello there, my friend. What is your name and what is your role at the Coliving Collective?
Hey, Neil. Well, my name is Jose, and I'm one of the client managers that you so humbly sort of brought me on into the team, and I've been with you for about 2.5 years now. So client manager is fancy, but I would say, my main role and focus is sales and helping build the business. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what's in that role that you're in? What does it entail on a daily basis?
Well, I think for me, it's promoting obviously the brand, and making sure that when I do speak with people that inquire, whether it's existing clients or new prospects, it's sort of just communicating the vision, our purpose, what we do, but also really understanding what those investors are looking to accomplish, right? So I think what we offer is fairly unique and sort of niched, but I do feel like what we offer really does resonate with a lot of people when we get down to it. So it's really about matching, what investors are looking to accomplish and showing them how through a co-living strategy we can accomplish that.
Yeah, beautiful, mate, beautiful. And like you say, you've been with us for 2.5 years now, a little bit longer.
A little bit longer. So I think it was March 2022 when you sent me the text to say, hey, you're welcome, come on board and make sure you got a change of clothes, because we were doing a video or something at Vic Park. So that was awesome. Yeah.
And you've seen the business evolve a lot in that time, mate. What's been the most rewarding experience you've had since you've been here?
Wow, that's a hard one. I think there've been so many different phases. I think when I first got or joined with you, I think you put a lot of faith in me, which was really humbling, obviously. And we were sort of trying to figure out what we could do together as a team to sort of grow the company. And I think that first trip to Brisbane, to the Swish boot camp, I think when I think about how everything sort of fell into place after that, what's that say? Where momentum goes, energy flows, I think. And after that boot camp, everything changed. Just sales started flowing in, structures were there. We started adding to the team, and we started just growing exponentially. So I would say that's probably one of the biggest turning points, since joining you, for sure.
Beautiful. And what's it been like working here compared to some of the other places you've worked?
Well, when I think back to my professional history. So I used to be a lawyer by trade. Don't tell anyone. So definitely was something I considered when I came back, when I got to Australia, right? But obviously there was visa restrictions, money issues in that sense. It's very expensive, as a foreigner to do that sort of thing, to just convert a license. And before I obviously joined, I was working with another company called Devere, which is financial services, and I was basically in sales too. But I'm talking boiler room style, Wolf of Wall Street. You're all standing in a group, making $100 a day. So totally different mindset in terms of the approach. So I mean, working with you and the company, I think it was just a lot of room to grow, expand, sort of change my thought process on what it means to actually be in sales, because I was never trained in sales, right? I didn't have like a dogmatic approach or structure. So I've sort of just been learning really intensively over the last 2.5 years. So yeah, I think that's what I would say has been the best thing, is that I've learned a lot, with you over this time. So it's been really rewarding, actually. Yeah, it's been great.
I think we've both been on a similar journey, right? Of growth and lessons, and
100%.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Mate, we, as you know, we've got a goal to deliver 10,000 rooms in the market by 2031. Back end team, we know we can deliver. You being at the coalface, speaking to the investors and everybody else, do you think it's achievable, or do you think we are ahead of the wave and not too many people understand the product and the outcome that it can create for them?
Definitely not enough people understand it. I can say that hand on my heart. I think more and more people since I've joined, I see the exposure, co-living, see a lot more people advertising it now. So people have definitely more knowledge around what co-living is, but there's still a lot of hesitancy there in terms of how it works. I think they try to overcomplicate it. And, we had this discussion a few months ago when we were talking about ideal clients, who we're going after, who we're trying to help. And I know you have a deep passion to help, everyday mom and dad investors, and me too. I think it's great, to help, I think of Dave Julian, sort of thing where we can get them to a strong position. They can just travel the Whitsundays while their HMOs is just pumping up cash, right? But, when you're working in a market that's really hostile, and then you're working with people or potential investors that don't understand what it does, we obviously decided to pivot and start working with business owners and going after them, because they could resonate with what we're trying to achieve with an HMO, right? At the end of the day, it is a business that needs to be run well. Cash flow is the lifeblood of any business. And working with business owners or investors that sort of look at it that way is the most sort of rewarding thing, because they understand, what that comes with, right? So I definitely think hitting 10,000 rooms, it's inevitable. It's not whether it's possible or not. It's inevitable. It will happen. Whether it's just us alone or other people eventually doing it. And the more and more people that sort of get just more broad, basic understanding of it. And then by the time they figure out it's a good idea, like my mom always said, once it looks like a good idea, it's already too late, right? Because everyone's already doing it, right? So
yeah. True. I mean, if you could sum up the experience, the journey, the business in one word, what would it be?
Humbling. Humbling, yeah. But, I mean, look, mainly because, it's one of those things where, you think you're just in sales, but in the end, like, sales is, I guess, a fancy word of, changing people's lives, because, you speak with someone, for 30 minutes, you get them onto a prezzo, they eventually sign up, and, their life's changing. Essentially, I think of, a client like Pattina, when he first sort of engaged with us, and we were initially going to do new build, but then, we got a pregnancy, and then we had to pivot, and we had to find a property, rushed, we did the reno, but, ever since then, it's like, that property's grown, exponentially. He's doing so well, and you just think that, he has something to pass on to his kid, essentially, right? And that, I would say, it's very humbling to do that. And maybe another word would be impactful, for sure. So
Ooh. Tell me more about impactful.
Well, I mean, I think even just going back to that story, imagine being the reason why someone's child is sort of set up and they don't have to worry about, how do I get into the property market, Dad? Don't worry, we got a HMO, that can support you through it, and Daddy and Mom, we have our pension, our SMSF, our super we don't need to help you. The property will help you. So I think it's really having that impact through, again, communicating the value properly and also realizing we can't help everyone. Not everybody wants what we offer, and that's fine. So I think for me, humbling and impactful are the two things I'd say.
Impact is one of my values for 2024. There you go.
Yeah. I mean, and you've had a massive impact on the Perth market as a whole, I'd say, with what you're doing. And, we won't mention any names, but obviously some people didn't believe in Perth as a destination, but all of a sudden, it's the place to be, apparently. So, I think, and, you've laid the groundwork for that. And I always just think of this expression that someone said, entrepreneurship is not about best man wins, it's about last man standing. So when all is said and done, we'll see who's the last man standing.
Awesome, mate. Thank you very much for your time, Jose.
You're welcome, Neil.
Hello there. What is your name and where in the world are you?
Hi, my name's Krystel and I'm from the Philippines.
Awesome. And how long have you been with the business, Krystel?
Yeah, I've been with HMO for 2 years and 5 months now.
Awesome. And what's your role and what does it entail on a daily basis?
Yeah, so I am the contract admin for HMO and SDA. So I am pretty much the first point of contact of all the clients that sign up. So I get their information, I log it into the board, I take care of the contracts for them to sign, and after that, I give them updates on the construction progress.
Brilliant. And how many builds or projects were you managing when you first started at the business?
When I first started with Troy for SDA, there were like, I think 12.
So you've
12.
seen 8 or 9x on that now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
What's it been like working at the business and seeing so much growth like that? What's it been like to experience?
It's amazing and rewarding because I did not just grow on my own on a personal level, but I also grew with the company. So the company was very accepting and very kind to me in making sure that I fit into my role, guided me and supported me every step of the way.
Awesome. Awesome. And what's it like being working with the team compared to some of the other companies that you've worked at?
By far, this is the most amazing company and team I've ever worked with. I have bosses that I can personally talk to on a personal level, and it's so sweet, especially when me and my family went to Perth. We got nothing but love and hospitality from everyone, and it was amazing.
And you came to my house and we had a barbecue, didn't we? The Australian
Yeah,
barbecue.
definitely. One of my favorites.
So good. So good. Krystel, if you could sum the business and the team up in one word, what would it be?
I would have to say inclusivity.
Inclusivity.
Because, yeah, despite being in different cultures and countries, HMO is very inclusive of everyone. It doesn't matter if you're in the Philippines, Australia, what kind of culture you're in. We are accepted, we are included in the planning, in the meetings, in the challenges, and also the fun stuff. So it makes you feel like you belong to the company, not just another salary-based employee. Sometimes you feel like really like a family, a part of the family.
Beautiful. Tell us about some of the fun stuff. What's that you've been doing?
Yeah, the 10K step challenge. So yeah, during the last planning meeting, the company decided to involve everyone in the 10K step challenge. Everybody was doing it. I was doing it. Eventually, my family was doing it. So it was so fun, and it's like you get to monitor everyone's progress, and then you get competitive about it. So it's so fun to do that. Like, I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna be on the last place. I'm gonna do more steps.
You're going out for a walk at 9 p.m. at night to get your steps in.
Yes, definitely.
Krystel, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Thank you, Neil.
Hello there, my friend. What's your name and where in the world are you?
Hi, Neil. I'm Jason Castro from the Philippines.
And what's your role at the business?
Yeah, I'm the appointment setter of the sales team. I'm the one responsible for booking the appointments for the sales team.
Excellent. So a lot of the clients that are in the business now should know who you are at some point because if you spoke to them.
Yeah, I'm the first touch point.
Excellent. And how long have you been working with the business, Jason?
I started October 2022, so almost 2 years now.
Beautiful, beautiful. And how's it been working at the HMO Property Co and the Coliving Collective?
Yeah, it's been great. It's been great. All wonderful experiences. I've got nothing bad to say because everything's great.
Excellent. Well, what's it like working with a team compared to some of the other places that you've worked at?
Well, it's very different when it comes to the culture because every day, um, our voices as virtual assistant are being heard by the team, especially during the Zoom meetings every day. So yeah, very different compared to others.
Excellent. Can you give us some examples of how you feel heard?
Well, every day, they let us or they ask us what's our win, the challenges, the bottlenecks on the business or the role that we are in. So yeah, we are being heard every day, and we are being supported on the challenges that we are facing.
Beautiful, mate. Beautiful. And being in the role that you're in, what's the most rewarding part of what you do?
Well, personally, as an appointment setter, of course, when I booked an appointment and then that appointment turned into a good call and then converted into a sign up and a sale. So yeah.
Beautiful. And that means you've helped somebody secure their financial freedom for the future, but also bring more houses to the market for people to rent.
That's correct. That's correct.
Excellent. And if you could sum up the business and the team in one word, Jason, what would it be?
One word, I think it's the word amazing. I'm working with amazing people in an amazing team with an amazing culture, with an amazing product. So everything's amazing.
Beautiful, man. Thank you so much, Jason.
Thank you, Neil.
Hello there, my friend. Who are you?
Hi Neil, how are you? Yeah, I'm good. I'm Jacob. Uh,
And
yes, I'm with the living rooms as one of the admin assistant.
excellent. And where in the world are you, Jacob?
I'm currently here in the Philippines. I'm
Beautiful.
offshore supporting the business.
Excellent. And how long have you been with the living rooms team for?
With living rooms, if I combine it with JNG, I'm more than 5 years now. It's
Excellent.
typically long, but
Yeah,
I'm doing fine and having fun.
it's good. And what does your role typically contain, Jacob?
My role mostly consists of assisting the property management team, mostly with the property managers. I've been handling their applications process. Also, I'm answering inquiries, posting a room vacancies, also doing some more admin tasks for them.
Excellent. Busy man, busy man. And you've been with the business since we had, how many rooms did we have when we first started?
I guess we do have some. When I first came in, we have 200, I guess.
200. So you've seen the
Yeah,
business triple in size
yeah.
in time.
I was able to add a lot of houses on the system. I guess I'm done most of the part of them now.
You are part of the furniture, aren't you?
I guess so. It's
And what's
really
it?
nice and very grateful of being a part. The I just remembered when the first time you and Debbie interviewed me. It was really nice feeling and very grateful. Yeah.
Very grateful to have you on the team too, mate. What's it like working here compared to some of the other places that you've worked?
Yeah. Basically, working from home is very convenient in my part because I don't need to go travel. I can easily access some things. If I do have things that I need to complete, I can work on them at nights or on the weekends. So it's really nice and comfortable.
Excellent. So nice and easy working from home.
Yeah.
Cool. And if you could describe the team and the business in one word, what would it be, Jacob?
Yeah, I guess uh the easiest word that I can use is fun because working with you guys is always like just having fun. It's not like I'm doing it for something, but I'm just doing it for having fun.
Excellent, mate.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Jacob.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
Welcome. Hello there. What's your name?
Hello, Neil. My name is John, and it's nice to be here finally.
Yes, thank you for coming on the podcast. What's your role at the business and how long have you been working here for?
So I am the community manager for living rooms. I answer room inquiries from potential applicants, and this is on Facebook, on Flatmates, and on Property Me. And I also set the schedule for them to view the rooms we have available.
Beautiful.
And I'm also one of the video editors for the HMO Property Show.
Yes, sir. You're the man that puts it all together and makes it look good.
Oh, thank you.
And how long have you been with the company for?
I started working since I want to say 2022, November 2022.
2020.
So that's
Coming up 2 years.
Yes, it's going 2 years.
Beautiful, mate. And what were you doing before you joined this company?
Oh, I was actually a photographer in the Philippines in Baguio City, but COVID came and it just did not work at all anymore. So I started looking work online.
Excellent, excellent. And what's it like working with the team compared to some of the other places that you've worked?
Oh, they're very helpful. I used to only have Jacob to answer questions for me in case I didn't know something. Jacob was always there for me to help me go through actually everything. I just want to say everything. But a few months ago or this year, the property managers, especially Jasmine, she's also been very hands-on with with helping me as well. They're actually very funny as well because in the socials group chat, I get to see them goofing around, and it's a lot of fun on my end.
That's one of the values of the company, right? One of the values is we have fun. So we take our work very seriously, but at the same time, we want to make it an enjoyable place to work. So it's good to see that you get to see that as well, being so far away from the team.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you could sum up the team and the business in one word, John, what would it be?
It's two words, but it's the first thing that came to mind. It's people first. I want to say people first because we put because I remember one of the episodes you did, you said that housing is a human right. And it's nice that we are in a business or in an industry that provides housing for people that cannot afford it, especially in this market. So yeah, I would say people first. Is that right? Is that correct?
It's your words, so yeah, you can have whatever you want. What about the team? If you could pick one word to describe the team, what would that be?
Oh, the team. I would say diverse.
Diverse, nice. Why is that?
Diverse. It's actually really nice too, because I've also done a lot of online jobs before, and I've always been working in the background. And this is the first time that I'm actually part of the group, if that makes sense. Even if I'm far away from the office or working virtually. So yeah, it's very diverse seeing other Filipinos as well. I'm also working with Harris, who is in Pakistan. So I like seeing diversity in the team. And so yeah, I would say diverse.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, John.
You're welcome. Thank you, Neil.
All right, Neil, so the spotlight's now on you.
Wow. Thank you for inviting me to my own podcast.
Welcome. So who are you and what do you do?
My name's Neil Gibb. I'm the Managing Director, co-founder of the Coliving Collective and the Managing Director of the HMO Property Co. and co-founder of everything that really goes on here. So Living Rooms, formerly J&G Property Group, Reside, which is our new SDA property management and standard rental management business, and host of the HMO Property Show. I was just going to say
podcast. That. So what inspired you to start the HMO Property Co?
The HMO Property Co was actually a hobby at first, right? So Joe and I got into property back in about 2013, 2014, and I essentially went to a seminar with a friend, and at that seminar someone stood on stage and they told you openly how they profit from property. So they talk about how they look for numbers, how they spend money on renovations, etc. And I was just blown away that somebody would stand there and give you all this information freely. And then I was kind of hooked on personal development and mentorship and coaching. And I went out there and I did a property course, and we were doing renovations and making like 30-40 grand per reno, which was pretty good. And we then found out somebody was talking about how to create cash flow from real estate so that you could replace your income and live off the cash flow from your portfolio. And at the time I worked in the oil and gas industry, so I was earning pretty good money, but I was also spending really good money as well, because I didn't have any sort of education around money, how to invest it. I just thought you earned it and spend it and had a good time. But if I only knew what I knew now, like making money work hard for you so you don't have to work hard for your money. So we found a course that was teaching people how to do HMOs and creating cash flow from real estate, and we did that course, and I think it was 3 or 4 properties first, 3 or 4 HMOs. We got to around $75,000 a year cash flow from that portfolio, and then we set up the property management business, which formerly J&G Property Group is now Living Rooms, because we were managing our own portfolio then, 4 houses with 6 rooms in each. It was starting to get a little bit unmanageable whilst I was working fly in, fly out, and Joe was working full time. And we were reaching out to different property managers and saying, can you manage this property? And they were going, don't know if we really want to do that. And we said, oh, by the way, we want you to put them on individual agreements and rent them out for this much. And there was a lot of pushback from agents. So we essentially set up the property management business to manage our own properties so that we could hire somebody and put them in that seat and train them to manage it how we wanted them managing. That person with our mother-in-law, Paula, she did a great job, and she was with us from the first 4 properties up to something like 100 and something properties as well, and then she retired, and she deserved that retirement because she worked her little socks off. Once we got the property management business established, people then started asking us to manage their properties, and that's when we realised we had a bit of a business model going on. And actually sat down with Paula and said, I have no idea how big this thing can be, but I think it's going to be bigger than 4 or 5 properties. Fast forward to now, I think we've delivered like 125, 130 properties. We've housed thousands of people in housing. So what inspired me to start it was my own journey and realising how impactful it was. When I actually quit work in 2019, I had 6 HMOs generating $110,000 a year cash flow. And, in the oil and gas industry, I was earning a lot more, but I didn't necessarily need to earn all of that income to live, to cover my wages. But it's amazing how much more work you can get done and how much more money you can earn when you don't have to work 8 or 9 hours for somebody else.
Yeah, absolutely. What a journey, hey? So how many rooms have you got under management now, do you think?
I think it's like 642.
Yeah, wow.
And with the construction that we've got on the ground now, we should have about 1,000 by the time Christmas comes along, which isn't too far away. So we've got a lot of properties finishing in succession coming up now, and then moving forward we want to be handing over between 5 and 10 properties a month, and then scale that to probably to hit 10,000 rooms in 10 years we need to be handing over 18 a month. And
so do you think, I'll ask the question back to you, do you think our big, hairy, audacious goal is achievable?
I've questioned myself a few times, especially in the early days, and I think some of the more experienced people that I've asked that question to on the podcast as well, they thought it wasn't unachievable or it might have saturated the market. But with the guidance and coaching and mentorship I've had in business, not just in real estate, I've surrounded myself with the right people and asked the right questions, and I've implemented everything that people have taught me, and now I do believe that 10,000 rooms is well and truly achievable.
Okay, that's good. That's great.
Yeah.
So what's your biggest lesson do you think you've learnt in this journey?
Biggest lesson is proximity is power. Personally, that is. I'll give you a business one in a minute as well. But proximity is power, right? If whatever journey you want to be on, you need to surround yourself with the right people. And if you're going to get coaching or mentorship, specifically mentorship, coaching's more of a structured process to follow, and mentorship is finding someone that's been there, done that, got the blood, sweat, tears, greys hair or no hair in my case, and they've got real life experience of what you're trying to achieve. And I've been very fortunate to find some of them people and get some really good guidance from them as well, and implement them lessons into my life and my business and my relationship with my wife as well, and managed to get to this point so far and holding it all together. So.
Yeah, well done. It's been amazing to be a part of it and watch it. So I can only imagine where we're going. What else? So what's been your most rewarding part of this journey?
Yeah, so many. I mean, I remember some of the first houses we did in the early stages. Just handing over the keys to the people that were renting the rooms and seeing them skipping away because they'd found something that was affordable and clean and furnished well. Right through to now, even every time we get a sale across the line, it still excites me because we've got somebody else that we're helping. Not just the investors, but the people that use the product in the end part as well. And also for the team that we're building too, because as a business, we need new clients to come through the business so that we can pay the team that are with us now and attract good quality people as well. Yeah. So I can't even remember the question.
So what has been your most rewarding
The most rewarding bit is, just waking up every day and still having the drive that I had 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, building the team that we've got and recording this podcast and hearing how excited everybody is and how on board everybody is and how aligned everybody is. That is rewarding as well. But also the product that we're delivering as well, seeing it, even now after delivering 130 odd houses that we've done, going through and seeing the end product. I mean, you come out on site with me all the time and record content, and I still walk through blown away at the quality of the outcome that we've created.
Yeah, I do too.
And it really warms my heart.
Yeah, absolutely. It does to me too. I walk in, I'm like, wow, this one's awesome. This has got such.
It gets better and better every time, doesn't it?
It definitely does. So my last question is, if you weren't in property, what do you think you'd be doing today?
I would probably still be an electrician.
Yeah, okay.
Like I said at the start, I was doing fly in, fly out. I was working for some of the biggest companies in the world, being Chevron, Woodside, BHP, and I enjoyed it, but looking back, I was always very goal driven, right?
Yeah.
My goal when I was in England was to leave England, go to a different country, work in the oil and gas industry and earn as much money as I possibly could, which I did. When I was working for Chevron, I was earning just over $300,000 a year and only worked half of the year. But I remember getting out there and standing on the platform and looking at the horizon and thinking to myself, this is it. This is everything you've ever wanted, and feeling totally unfulfilled.
Yeah, wow.
Would I still be doing that now? I probably would, but I'd probably be like a lot of the people that are out there still. Just going through the motions, just doing it because you had to, doing it because you thought there was nothing else you could do. So if anyone can take anything from my journey, it's just fucking take action, right? Because you can create your own destination. Your past does not predict your future. You can stop whatever you're doing now. You can move to the other side of the world like I did. You're not a tree. You're not stuck to one spot. You can learn a new skill set. You can implement it. And you can totally change your life.
So true. You're proof of that, hey? Cool. Well, thank you for coming on. Thank you for answering our questions.
Thank you for the invite.
Yeah. Awesome.
Hello, Mr. G. Welcome to the podcast. How are you? Are you looking forward to helping us deliver 10,000 rooms to the market? How old will you be then? You'll be 8. You'll be 8 when we deliver 10,000 rooms to the market. How do you feel about that? Car? Airplane. Airplane? Any other mode of transport? Woo! Can we give this doggy a kiss? Bye-bye, Kat. Bye-bye, Spawn.
Bye-bye, interview.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you tune in the same time next week so you can stay up to date with all cash flow positive property updates.